Welcome to the stream. Back with another cast here. We are going to be streaming today Chimera versus Syndicate on SMDM Dugout, and the points will be all the left side of the map, so we know what to expect in terms of that. Now, Dugout is a point that I love seeing played because it's different than, I think AA is the most popular point, and then Pierre's is probably second. But I love Dugout because I think it's super cool to kind of see the plays from a different side when we don't normally get to see. So super excited for that. Have never casted for Chimera, so super excited to actually get to see one of their games. Here we go. We're flipping. This is it. So let me find my squad first, and then we will get into the nitty gritty of stuff. I'm trying to join an armor squad here as soon as it gets made. And for cooler. There he is. I'm in. Go ahead and just spawn mid. He'll probably kick me. There we go. Get all my settings. And we are in. Here we go. This is it. Let's go ahead and hide the chat. We'll hide the chat here. We have all the comms turned off per usual. Let me just make sure stream is up. Have my 30-minute delay. Everything looks good. Let's go ahead and just flip this real quick. Oh, we can keep it. All right. So here we go. So as you see, all the points are going to be on this left side. So we have about 2 minutes before we get the open here. So we'll take a second to kind of talk about what this point really means for both teams. So for the Germans, AA is super important. So on SMDM, oh, I think I have show new chats. Let's go ahead and turn that off, please. Thank you. I wish they had like presets for settings, to be honest. So AA is going to be super important. 5 points is super important. Their front door poach is not the most desirable, but it's not the end of the world. Let's make sure all of our stuff is ready before we flip. I would hate to blunder this for them. Just turn that up. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Awesome. It's not my first time doing this, but you know, we just gotta make sure stuff works. So yeah, so they go ahead and kick me from the squad. Perfect. How you do this in 49s? So you see, we're full 49 here. It's gonna be a good one. Let's take a quick look at Chimera's open. I'm sure they're gonna appreciate this. We'll go see if there's any snipes. Very snipeable map for both sides. Let's go ahead and take a look here at Sin. See what they're cooking up. Looks like, we have people wide. Big truck here. And they probably have one on the map edge. They actually have two. It looks like a tank there. Supply drops coming in for Hugos. We'll just kind of follow these trucks on rip here. And see what they get into. 5 seconds for start. Here we go. Chimera versus Syndicate on SMDM. Late night game 2. Take a quick look. Make sure their rollout is saucy here. We're actually going to... I haven't heard anything yet. We're going to flip to this side because I want to see the south or the east as well. Haven't heard anything. Oh, there's a snipe. Not gonna hit anything there. Maybe a little low there in my opinion. More snipes coming out. Holy fuck, I don't know who to follow here. Doesn't look like anything got hit though. Did this truck get... Oh, we got no CE though. Not a bad snipe. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Get the highlights on. Alright, already coming in hard. Looks like Chimera should have a pretty easy open here. It looks like Syndicate just has decided to concede this. I don't know. There wasn't a snipe from what I saw. But the medium is hard pushing, but there's nobody on point for Syndicate. So this should be a fairly easy grab here for Chimera. There's a spawn though. Capping. Going that Lux is just so fucking brutal though. Lenny's made it through. Here comes the Stewie. Kind of follow this. The Stewie's down there south. That's the truck that went down there. Somehow Centurion made it through. Just straight up the road. Chalk's thrown out. Lux is just throwing hate though on this Stewie. Poor guy. Poor guy. Rick off of one of the Luxes. That medium is playing this hedge. Probably has an angle. Might have an angle on the Lux. Not sure. Chimera's doing a really good job playing this west side though. Completely have. That's really important from the hold. That's a Rick. Good rocket though. I'm pretty sure it ricked. No, that was just straight over. I think that one. Alright, let's take a look. So they did secure 5 points, and there goes the cap, the side of Chimera. So they do control 5 points. They do control AA. This is where the fight is. God Hill is not a place you really want to be fighting against if you are Syndicate, because it's just not very... It's not a good push for you, right? Like, it's... If you look at these lines, Syndicate's really going to have to rely on their tanks, win an obscene amount of gunfights, or they're going to have to, let's take a look at the map here. So they have the 2 information on the tanks here. They know they're playing hockey stick. Pretty good line here. I'm surprised they're not playing super wide. Maybe it's still early on open. I just know how Syndicate plays, and I have a feeling they probably have something back here in the works. I would be correct. So we'll see if that kind of comes to fruition later and how that plays out. But for now, the fight really is just going to be over hockey stick, right? Chimera has a really good approach on the gardens. That's probably their next approach here for Brecourt. It's either going to be this map edge here, or it's going to be they have to get... If they can take gardens, they pretty much can win the point. But you can see Syndicate's fighting here. Stewie is getting repped. Medium is still playing. I don't know if that's the same Stewie. I think it is. Nope, there's the other Stewie right there. So all tanks I think are up for both sides. Not sure where the P4 is. P4 playing pretty far back, playing right here. So both Luxes are up. All 3 tanks are up for the other side. Recon for the Germans, don't know. I think he died. Not sure where he ended up, but usually how it goes. But yeah, so we'll see the approach here. Syndicate's going to try to take them out wide. And 49s, you are definitely allowed to... You can kind of have manpower for that compared to like 36s. But Chimera's having a really good push here. A lot of good rockets coming out from both sides. Just applying that pressure as best you can, right? This is dangerous though for Shooter and Cat here. And this medium, right? You got 2 AT guys working their way behind this. Not that they need to be behind them, but... It's still important. Chimera having a really good approach right now onto hockey stick. Let's see if anything can come of it. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. I'm just going to call you Hidden. Hidden takes out Stir, and there's another one that goes down. Didn't catch the name. Gigadeath on the truck. They're going to get some reinforcements here. Again, like, it's just, oh man. I would not want to be the allies right now. It's tough. So you can see the recon come out. They have really good information. They have 2 of the tanks pinged. They should have 3. I don't know. They're playing right next to each other. But again, Syndicate allowing themselves to play out wide, but a lot of the didn't really get picked up very well. You look, there's just 1 or 2. They kind of know what's going on, but it did not get picked up at all how much they're actually bringing. So we're gonna take it play by play here. Kind of get going on this this hockey stick approach. I mean, this 5 points to hockey stick is not an easy push, and this is going to be the bread and butter for both teams. Funny enough. So we'll kind of see how this goes. Looks like Syndicate has made it into AA network. That's pretty big for them. That's a very big milestone. Stormin needs to get in there and get an OP down, and let's get 6 guys in that, and then they can start pushing this road into 5 points. Not a place that Chimera wants to let happen. But Stormin's making the move. I mean, this is going warm. We'll see how they react to it. Syndicate's playing super wide here. They want to take them out, and here it goes, right? Like, they're already coming where they know they have to go in. Pretty good push by Syndicate right now. Really good push compared to what Chimera has. Maybe they're stacking too many bodies here. It's possible. But, I mean, at the end of the day, all you need to do is win 3-2. You don't have to play the same way that everyone else plays or how the other team is playing you. So it's not a bad shout, to be honest. As you can see, they're wrapping in Smilk, taking out Panda, but then Tick takes him out. Really good push on the 5 points right now. Really good push. Artie is not happy about it, so he is starting to pelt the what's the word? He's starting to pelt here into Hockey Stick. Good response by Chimera to 2v5 right now. We'll see if that means anything. They still don't control AA, which is a pretty big, you know, getting a garrison up here is not a bad shout, but maybe if you know they're there, you know they're there. But doing a really good job right now responding to this offensive pressure by Syndicate. I mean, yeah, they have taken the space. Flares are going out. They know what the pressure they're facing is. Just a 4-man. You probably got some people back. We'll kind of see how this develops. Quickly look over here. 2 MGs gooning in the same house. But Chimera's getting a really good wrap right now on this medium. We'll see if Saxon can take it down. I don't know if he's out of rockets. You have Cap in too. If he gets an angle on this thing is toast. He takes out the TC. TC dead. Scooby-Doo getting, I mean, they're just not a good approach for them, but this tank's in distress. Stewie's gonna try to help. I don't know where that smoke came from. Seems like Chimera has regained control of 5 points pretty comfortably too. A lot of bodies committed to that, and Artie is also hitting Hockey Stick, which is really aggravating if you're an allied imp player, I must admit. Give me... Let's see. Yeah, definitely a tough approach. Kind of get back into this. So again, but now, so you're seeing the macro play from Syndicate, right? I've spent a decent amount of time with these guys around here, or as of late, and they really emphasize their macro play. And I mean, as you can see, they're shifting guys where they need to shift them. Looks like a Chimera bombing run went out. Not sure it took out the medium. Tankers are gonna get back in. They put a lot of emphasis onto their macro play, and they're really proud of it. And you can see here, I mean, they're committing people where they need to commit. They're not overcommitting anything. And now, look at this. Syndicate is knocking on the front door of 5 points. We just talked about how Chimera did a really good job, but that is not the case. They're about to get encapsulated from behind. They didn't give up any pressure, any space for that either. Super impressive. Looks like Artie's hitting 5 points now, too. I don't know what spawns they have. They have 2 OPs on the southwest of it. But as of right now, they are pushed out. And they're about to get flared too. So we'll see, like, in moments like this, it's frustrating to play against teams of macro because you didn't take any space while they gained space on you, and you wonder how'd it happen? What could you be doing better? Right? So it's tough. It's really tough. It's a really tough situation to play in because, like, look, I mean, if anything, Syndicate is even more pushed up where they need to be as well. So they're having a really big fight here on this road, and 5 points is theirs. They've completely pushed out Chimera, completely wiped the OPs. So now Chimera has to play off their back foot a little bit and get reestablished. And the problem with this too is look at how many Syndicate players are here. I guarantee if I go over here, I will see somebody cooking up something in the back line. You know, what's done is done, and they already probably have something over here. Chimera just did not play that wide, and I'm not gonna say they got punished for it, but you could argue. You definitely get something that they need to probably look at. you know, from this VOD. Okay. But again, hour and 15 minutes left in this game. By no means is it anywhere near cooked. Like, Chimera is still doing a great job of holding this down as best they can. And for anyone just tuning in, this is a Chimera versus Syndicate in a friendly scrim against the two teams. Good rocket by Minimum. So you could just see Minimum was over here. Now he's over here. Do a really good job at this. Really good job. Good rocket by fucking DV. Almost another good rocket by Tuesday. Don't know how to pronounce your name. Lucid with the open field push. This should get punished. I mean, he's on a field completely alone. I don't know what's... Maybe there's something that's not rendering in, but I've pushed that hill myself, and it is not fun. Alright, let's take a look at this this west side here. So as you can see, they have the information. They're committing double flares to it. It's still just, you know, just not enough. Ooh. Is that a tank that went down? No, it was the truck. I still don't think any tanks have been destroyed, by the way. No, but a heavy's up, so there's one Lux that's down. At the very least, at some point. So we'll kind of take a look at this approach. Kind of sucks, too. 76 up for Syndicate. Repair station up as well on this road. Not a bad spot for them to back up into. Front door grind continues. In no danger at all. And they're taking the fight to them, which is really clean. So we'll see how Chimera responds. They know they're flexing down here, so we'll see if they commit something to this wide approach that's happening. But I mean, Syndicate has, look at this line right now. Just biding time. Biding time, and they're even dropping supplies in Chimera's territory. It's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. It is kind of crazy. Not a bad rocket. Just didn't hit anything. Kind of unlucky, but not a bad rocket whatsoever. So it's one of those situations where it feels as if, so even though Syndicate is down 2-3 right now, it feels like they're very much in control of this game. Again, another very, very unfortunate rocket hit. But they're definitely... Here we go, though. Chimera making a move on the wing. Not a bad move to make. Get your guys out. They're realizing they don't have to commit 10 million people on this, right? Match their forces and then flex out where they're flexing. And they're doing a really good job right now. They're trying to get... They need to get this forest back that's in front of them. Whatever you would call this area. And then they got to work their way back to AA/5 points. It's super crucial for them to take. Because right now, I mean, it's not a free approach, but... Here we go, though. Syndicate making a big push here with some smokes on this front door. They are literally right outside of cap. Chimera. Ooh, already. I can see this going the way of Syndicate here in a second. In terms of the cap flickering, I wouldn't be surprised. Because if Artie's hitting that front door, they're about to start getting people on point. This is rough. We'll see if they start flexing a bunch of bodies there, but... As of right now, they're still just kind of... Oh my god, I was... That rocket, I was tracking that. See if it actually, like, sniped something. Chimera, though, really good job right now, pushing back in. They're playing them just enough wide to deal with their push. And they're getting bodies where they need to get bodies. It's still not great for them, but it's definitely a step in the right direction for them to recap this. Recon going out. Kind of take a second here. Just making sure my stream... We still have a long time for the delay kicks in. Not a problem. So this front door, you can see they just sent a couple of bodies there. I don't know if you noticed, but they're getting some space on this west side. Finally have broken through that road. They sent probably 2 or so people to this front door, and they still just have so many people on this outside. So many people. Like, this is what, 10 to 15 people right now? Doing a pretty good job as well as holding this. Really good job. Let's go ahead and take a look so you can see what they see. They know the tank's here. They know the tank's here. They know there's a lot of people, and this P4 is going to get cooked. Don't know what the play was. I think this is when they thought they had infantry, but they no longer do. So Chimera, again, front doors, it's being knocked on right now. If you're Chimera, it's hard to really. So here goes the cap. Cap is starting to flick the way of Syndicate. They are on front door with their, I assume it's the Stewie. I don't see it, but I saw it on the flare. Right? Am I tripping? Just in the smoke right now? Did it push up? I don't know. Maybe I'm smoking. They're on point. Chimera did a good job. Spawn waves got off, but they have lost this front door. They have 3 OPs around, though. This isn't panic mode, I think, in the slightest. They just keep on doing what they're doing. And they're going to push these guys off. So it was a good push. Really good push by Syndicate. I think a lot of the times, people, you got to understand, you limit test a little bit, right? Let's see if we can make it. They did make it, so then they found a pinpoint. They found a hole, and they're going to try to abuse it again. But you can see they also flex people out. They're at like 6 now compared to like the 8 or 9 they had. This is a little interesting here. So you have 2 guys that are, I mean, you see the OP is in a pretty good spot, right? It's at a pretty good spot, you know? Send people here and get them out of here because they have an OP. They have a couple, probably 2. But now this OP's about to get wiped. But I guess you really can't go up that front door, but evidently it happened. So now they're deciding to play more wide. I don't know if these guys got wiped or if they're deciding to send people there, but not sure. There's a Tiger. There's the P4. Don't know where the... There's a heavy. So there's one heavy there. I assume there's still one on the road somewhere. I doubt that's the same one, but it's possible. Oh, there's the other heavy. Nope, that's a medium. That is cooked. There's the other Tiger. So they have 2 heavies and a P4 up. Not a bad place to be in. Not a bad place. There was a bombing run. So this is where shit, it's kind of misleading because like this bombing run, right? It's not bad, but Chimera's a team where, or Syndicate's a team where like they're already on to the next. So like it's hard to get like pings because he got like 1 or 2 people and they're not going to have a garrison there. I think it's going to be too close for them. Maybe they did, but it's, you know what I mean? And you just didn't have infantry to respond to it. And like, look, Syndicate's even more positioned than they were like pre-bombing run. So it's a hard task to use that. It's like, when do you use it, right? It's very tough. Here comes leave supply drop. There she goes. That's a bombing run. My dumbass. It's been a long day. So if you can kind of look, right, like, so the bombing run came in and it took out the approach, and now they have infantry that are backing this up. Like, that's huge, you know? And this cap should start going the way of Syndicate, I think, here in a second. But Chimera really doing a really good job getting back into the west side. They have retaken their line, so that's actually huge because they're getting Syndicate out of their cap square, even if they're getting kind of rolled on the east side here and on cap, but not terrible. I mean, they should probably have an MG, just like watching God Hill. Strafing run comes in, takes out one or two. Kind of stay on this. It's really, like, I'm not joking. It's really big they retook this. Because that's, like, fighting that, this would probably be a GG because all they really have is just this straight shot. But there's still a chance. Still a chance. Still have guys, like, they're doing a really good job of trying to cap them. But this is the thing now where Syndicate knows their advantage. Now they're pushing it, so they don't have to push as wide. But it's still a pretty shit approach for them, I'm not gonna lie. And there's the double flare, not bad. Really good job. Really good job. They're flexing people there though. Interesting. Can I take a look here? Supply drop coming in. That's a recon. Dude, I am off my game tonight. Jesus. Trying to see Corrupt going in for Bimpin. Damn, MG, or that's a tank. This tank needs to be careful though. It is a P4 though, so that's more of the usable tanks. So, Diesel and Shooter. Kind of want to see Shooter die here. Would bring me a lot of joy, Diesel. Nice. Nice. Great job, Diesel. Great job. Great job. Moving on. Syndicate is still in the hair of Chimera in this cap. It is very dicey right now, and it's not an easy push. But here we go. I mean, they're pretty set up on point, but they're just not capping quite yet. Just because so much of their team is outside of cap, right? So it's one of those situations. But now, look, they flexed immediately to where the pressure was alive, and now they're on cap. And they should have enough bodies now to get people into point. But this tank, oh, P4 goes down. That's kind of huge. Satchel goes off. It's a rocket. I think there's OP. Don't know exactly where it is. I mean, I assume they have a garrison in Gardens as well. Just don't see it. Yeah, there she is. But they're playing off at OP. It's a little bit closer. They're in cap, but they're not quite taking it. They just have, again, so much of their team is outside of cap at 5 points. So, there goes the P-Strike. Not sure what the aim there was at all. Maybe I'm missing something. So this is the thing, right? So Chimera, they have completely given up this west push. But so now it's like you have guys committed there. What do? Do you go for this tank? Probably. You guys gotta take space. Because they've just completely foregone that, and now they're pushing in where they can, right? So we're gonna ignore that a little bit, actually. The 2 tanks are here, which is huge. You know, 2 heavies on the side. But cap is about 80% or 20% on the way of Syndicate. How is Chimera going to respond to this? They have so many people outside of cap, so Syndicate did a really good job of bringing them out. See where the P-Strike hits. It's going to be one of these tanks. First P-Strike's a moneymaker move, and he misses. Hits the trench. Unlucky. Yeah, P-Strikes I don't like. Ooh, what a rocket from Toos. Taken out. I think that was, I assume it was the Stewie, right? It was a recon. Perfect. Satchel goes off. Still just not enough for Chimera. So now, at this point, I think you start looking at what is the likelihood that we're actually going to keep this. Do we start playing for recap? Damn, dude, these rockets from Syndicate are just so unlucky. I feel like that should hit, but DV's going to go down. It's not in a good spot. So I don't even know if we reinforce this, unless you can get a big spawn wave off A and Garrison and you can get into point, but I just don't see it happening. But caps are out halfway. I don't think, so there goes the reinforce. Is it enough? It's just enough, but they're not sending. Garrison goes down, completely just snuck in through their backline, and that's huge. They have 1 OP on point. Just 1, and I think this is going to go the way of Syndicate. They have regained the West. They're going to lose 5 points for this, but it might not matter. I mean, you kind of got to play Hugos, and OGK over here, and Smoke are making this so Garrison's going to go down. Garrison is going to go down. $20% left. I don't know how they win this. Bombing run would have been nice. Not gonna lie. Already just trying to pelt the point. Now we play for retake though. How do you call yourself back out of this, right? This is one of the situations where your in-game lead is now going to call what you're gonna do, right? I think they just retake this, kind of do what Syndicate did to them. They have to, right? But they've completely lost the West as far as where they were fighting originally, but it's not hopeless. And they have pretty good strides, so sometimes you got to give up the point to gain space, right? Because Syndicate committed a lot of people onto dugout, maybe too many, right? Like, who knows if Chimera's playing this right? But Syndicate's covering their tracks well. Sort of Rick. I'm assuming the Lux got ricked off by the 76. It's gonna go down. Just got stuck, unfortunately. Kind of sucks when you just don't have anything else going. Compton, though, taken out via going for Tommy. Supplies dropping on point. I believe that was... I want to say that's a Tiger. Yikes. Both Tigers go down. I don't know what just happened. But they were just out in the open. There's a hedge right there, but still. So both Tigers just get wiped. You got one here. But they trade. At least they take one with them, I believe. That was a 76. No, that was a medium. Oh boy. Well, at least you got something off the map, but they're just going to bring a heavy up. So, 176, or one medium for two Tigers. Economy is rough. Chimera, though, doing a good job of getting back in this front door and then also trying to take back 5 points. Super important. And they're trying to get these rats out of their back line. Don't blame them. It is frustrating to deal with. Cap, I don't know if you guys saw that, but Cap flickered. There it goes. Cap's flickering. Syndicate's committing a lot of people outside of Cap. Chimera decides, hey, let's commit people into Cap. These Tigers, I think they're in circle. They might have to get up, but they don't have the tank support is the only problem. So these tanks can honestly just die for free in terms of Cap pressure. There goes. Oh, what is that? AT gun? It's not a bad spot. Tiger's still up though, and they're still capping, which is surprising. Syndicate has so many people outside of the cap, but they have like no one on circle. If they can just get into circle, which is kind of a free approach right now, they can cap this. It's very cappable. The only problem is that their tanks kind of just died. Another heavy up in about 2 minutes. But good approach. They're in circle. Tiger is just trying to stay alive, basically. Pretty good retake so far, though, by Chimera. Not bad at all. They're making, like, you have to make Syndicate respond. And they're going to have to. So, in a situation like this, Chimera is making Syndicate take people off their side pushes, and they're having them have to respond to point being capped. And no one was in circle. So, you know, Syndicate's like, what the fuck? Like, they're just proxy capping. We got to deal with that. Bomber run coming in. I don't love it. We'll see where it hits on the map, because my perception's off. I do not love it at all. Like, you're gonna hit the Tiger or the 76, but like maybe there's a garrison call out. That would be pretty huge, actually. Oof. Not a bad rocket. Syndicate responding though, but Chimera's still putting in work on the outside. Not a bad line so far. Looks like we went live. Perfect. Perfect. Sorry, just making sure. Alright, so far, again, if you're joining us, this is Chimera versus Syndicate on Dugout SMDM. A friendly scrim. Rocket's going out. Ooh, finally somebody hit the rocket and it actually hit something. It wasn't some cheese. Really good arty right now. They just need to keep on pelting. I feel like it's a mixed bag right now. They are starting to cap. And they actually have a good amount of people on defense that are spread here. It's not a bad job. If this guy gets a satchel off. Oh, he's definitely getting a satchel off. Yeah, satchel. Like right. Did he glitch it or something? I don't know. Stay tuned on that, but that would have been a great satchel. Like a fucking devastating satchel. But here we go. Chimera just knocked on front door. Somehow they got Syndicate to commit 8 people on AA, which I don't think is the right move. Toozy. Say, whatever you want to call it. Supplies coming out. Recon going up. See what they see. Rocket going out. Dude, not bad rockets at all. Assuming there's a repair station. 2 heavies for... Uh-oh. No. There's just an AT gun. Did the other heavy go down? It did. That's not good. They just can't keep their tanks alive, but they are having one more come up, so they're going to be at 2 heavies to the allies. I assume the 3. Stewie's pulling up. They got another 76 on God Hill. Ugh. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. The other 76 is playing east side, or west side rather, sorry. I feel like they should probably have 3 heavies up though. Oh, no, that was the same heavy. So what was originally a good push by Chimera has since been kind of thwarted out a little bit by Syndicate. Not terrible though. Alright, let's take a look quickly at this flank. Satchel goes off. I don't know if that was his. So again, this is Chimera's kind of their ticket in, is that you don't really want to match, in my opinion. It's really important for them to take this, but at the same time, like, what worked for them was overloading front door. But it's good to give, they're giving Syndicate different looks, so Syndicate has to respond and they're on their back foot to their flexes. Whoever flexes first can possibly be the victor, right? But FG42 Centurion, what a guy. Just taking them all out. I'm assuming he's using FG42, but I could be mistaken, but it would make the most sense. Take a look at the map here. Trying to give Chimera some information they can reflect on. Come on, Compton. Take out Shooter. He has no business being on SL. Or Bob, even better. Take him out, Bob. He's being a rat. He's being a bush Wookie. There you go. I'm sorry, Shooter. I'm praying on your downfall, it seems. Alright, so Chimera is getting back their front door. I mean, so this is important, but it's not like the end all be all for them, right? This front door is really where they need to cook. Because like they're taking so much of Syndicate outside of cap. Like they can abuse this. Like look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's more than that. I understand what Syndicate's trying to do, but again, it's not really, it doesn't really matter if they can respond to it well. And this tank's just, this Stew is just walking in for free. Oh, they got stuck. Water jug. Poor guy. Pack that bitch up. I wonder if you got a satchel down. Now that would be huge. 76 pushing up though, so Syndicate is not content with having a 3-2. They do not want to play these guys on their point. They want to take them to a 4-1. So we're going to see what happens. I wonder if the Stewie's been called. Emma has to see it. 110% at this point. Stewie's been called. Most likely. I can only see the command marks, but I'm assuming it has. Again, so many people. Like, one thing we can applaud Chimera right now is that they're holding this like 10 man of Syndicate of like a 6 or 7 man, and those numbers add up when it comes to cap. And you could argue maybe Syndicate's pushing too much here. If these guys that are playing in this house right here, where Hollow, this could be devastating. It could really be devastating because, yes, it's important for them to take that, but they're going to lose point from behind, and that is not a situation they want to be in. But Stewie's going to go wipe this OP. Yep, there it goes. Unlucky. Really good, really good try on that push, but unfortunately, Solo Stewie was your downfall. I'm not even, like, obviously I can't pronounce that name. This 76, I'm wondering what the play here is. I'm wondering what the play here is. I feel like it's a little aggro. I mean, it has to be called out, right? It's not. But he ricks it. Hello? Hello? Oh, they're just dead. They're just dead. Unless this rep station can get up. Oh, it's not going to be in time. Well. Nah, not in time. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if that's a missed call from someone not marking it. Or that took him a little second to respond to that. But that is kind of huge. Because the 76 is kind of just in here for free. They're just going to splash this. Yeah, there goes Cat though. Man, that was... Ooh. Backing that ass up on cannon. What a rocket. 76 goes down. I mean, I think that was part of their intention, though. Trying to keep that armor advantage. Right? There's they've one heavy. They've had one heavy, like, perpetually this whole game. So, not a bad... I think a bad call. They have, I'm assuming, more than enough fuel for this stuff. But still doing a good job of holding them back. Really wide flanks coming, but again, so far it's still winnable. Recon coming out from Sin, trying to see what this front door looks like. The only thing that's kind of nerve-wracking is that they're getting some good pressure here on this front door. There goes the satchel. I don't know what side satcheled what, but I'm assuming it's a name I cannot even try to pronounce. Wouldn't even know where to start on that. I'm assuming it was their satchel, which is a good one. Unfortunately, the OP was a little further away than that, but he's coming up behind. He's looking for a garrison, looking for an OP. Unfortunately, nothing around him. OP is about 50 meters to his right. Man. And this tank is now pushing this left. Come on, Saxon. Get shooter for me one more time. You got this. Nah, he's dead. Unlucky. Alright. Let's see. P4 goes down. Oh no, it didn't. It's a Stewie. Nice play. Slowly pushing in. I don't know. If I'm Chimera, how do I win this point back? I still think it's overloading front door. Right? I think if they just flexed like 2 6-men. But again, it's tough, right? When you're in these situations because you don't like what can I take out? What can I take out of? Where can I take people off of? It's not easy to make that call, and you don't want to be punished for it first and foremost. Good shooting though by Corrupt. Really good shooting. Just got one AT guy left. I think their OP is like it's right there. Spawn goes off. I'm gonna stay on this, dude. These guys are popping. You go Fader. Oh my god. Oh, that's so sad. He died from God Hill. Emma needs to take out this OP. Big spawn wave. Emma. Gotta keep your head up. Satchel goes off though. Takes out the OP and all the guys. Whoever's satchel that was huge because you just gained your front door back and now you are knocking on heaven's door. Truly, even with the 76 here, it doesn't matter. They have to respect this. They have to send people back to deal with you. And like I said, overload the front door. That's the call. At least 2 squads of 6, in my opinion. They're like, they're playing so wide right now. So wide. But you just have this perfect approach on the point, and you are capping for free. And now these guys got to start redeploying. They have to start coming back. Oh my god, the RD just completely wiped that whole spawn wave. Garrison's right here too. Ugh. I feel like the heavy should be able to get an angle on that, no? Yeah. Nah. If he was right here, he can definitely see it. Cap's still going the way of Chimera though. Like they completely have bullied them. Oh, I do not like that bombing run at all. Is he gonna hit the garrison? Oh, he will though. I take it back. I'm sorry, Cheesecake. Beautiful bombing run. Oh my god. Oh, the timing. Wait, no, that's huge. Dude, Bombing run of the year. My bad, dude. I didn't see, I didn't see your vision. I did not see your vision, friend. But you just knew. You are a better player than I am. Unfortunately, they got bombing run countered, but again, so now look, boom, this is what I'm talking about. They took people off of where they were pushing on front door, and now you guys get to rat in. You guys were holding them with 6 people, so that same 6 is dealing with like 3 or 4, and now you're going to take AA, and you're going to take 5 points, and you're in a better position, and all you gave up for it was nothing. Nothing. Because these guys are locked in right here. Your front door is already postured, and you're doing more with less. So look at this. This is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. I would be shocked if Chimera can't pull off this cap. I would be shocked if they can't pull this off. But Bob needs to drop an OP. Compton needs to drop an OP. Get these flexes on the point ASAP. But make sure you're still watching this right side. There you go. Emma spawns in. Holo is about to get satcheled. There goes the satchel. Oh, he's putting mines down. What a rat, dude. That was the Gwen. So Gwen's satchel goes off there, which is fine, I guess. But I would be shocked if they can't win this. And here comes the flare. I don't think it's going to pick this up, though. They know it's warm. There we go. So they have the information that it's in-house. But they just need to win their gunfights. Play smart. Centurion. Damn, just got splashed by his own tank. You'll really hate to see that, dude. You'll really hate to see it. What tank? Where'd that even come from? I swear that was his own tank. I still think Chimera takes this. Damn, Syndicate is in there. Oof, that's not a good place to be. Got to spawn off in time though. It's time. It's Operation Win Your Gunfight. Oh man, and now they're getting kind of rolled on this left side too. Maybe they tunnel visioned a little hard because now they went from having everything to now they've lost everything. Not great. Not great at all. Just make sure. Looks like the stream is looking good. If you are just joining us, once again, this is Chimera versus Syndicate on SMDM. Dugout. All the points are on the left side. Take a quick look at the map, see what's cooking. I mean, they just need to rebuild this, truly. Damn, dude. These tanks can just not stay alive right now. I think... I mean, I guess he died. Dude, there's no way they just got double tapped. By the same tank. Oh, it was an AT gun. Okay, thank God. Now they're shooting at the same AT gun. They don't know they got it. Man, this is tough. But they're still doing the same push. Syndicate is... So this is what Syndicate's doing, is that they are gambling with this front door, essentially, is the best way I can describe this. Where they are not focused on... They will respond to it when they need to respond to it. And they go right back to what they were doing. Because you can see they went from 10, 15 people to 4 or 5. And they're right back over here. I guarantee it. Boom. Look at that. It's like clockwork. I gave a masterclass on Syndicate's play at this point. Still, Chimera's doing a great job. I think of this front, like keeping this front door alive. It's tough now. They lost the west side. West side. And they keep on losing their tanks too. Like, it's rough. It's rough for the tankers right now. I'm sure it's frustrating for them just as well. And it's not necessarily their fault, right? There's always something I'm not seeing, and I don't know, but it's definitely part of the equation of why they really can't take this, because every time they kind of get some steam, a 76 dives the point, or their tanks just can't be splashing the same way the other tanks are splashing, and it's just kind of a ripple effect. But there's the satchel, man. Twad just cleaning up the trash. And I think that will about do it for this front door. No, their OP still up, but Twad he's going for it. I don't blame the guy. There goes the OP. They did not get the spawn wave off. So the front door dreams are dead. So what do you do now? You send a prayer. We'll check in on this east side because that's kind of where their push is now, has to win because they're pushed back to cattle, right? Or the Hugos, where like cattle, the cattle shed. I know there is a cattle shed here, but that's where their push kind of is. They have to go up here and around, and it's not fun because they have to deal with God Hill and what's in front of them. But all hope's not lost. They have 1 OP and a dream, but they have a lot of people closing in on them, so they got to really hunker down and win their gunfights there. Flare going up. They caught, assuming they caught Stormin. Damn, what a rocket. Ooh, P-strike. There's gonna be... Got the rep station. There's 2 up here. Hate to break it to you. Yeah, this is so, dude. Kudos to these guys, cause fuck. Like you're not pushing this for long. Yeah, yikes. Still decent push, man. But it just seems to be 10 Syndicate guys for every 4 Chimera. It's like they're playing with more than 49 people, to be honest. Kind of what it feels like from up here, but somehow, again, the cap. Again, this is what Syndicate wants. They're fine with it. They're fine with letting you think that you have a cap. They'll just respond to you, and it is what it is. This heavy's about to go down. Come on. Dude. Nice cooked. I think he just... Yep. Damn, dude. Not a good day. They're building their line back, though. Somehow that, like, prayer run across the open field worked. But they've all been but wiped from... They have SOs, they have bodies, they just don't have the spawns. So... It looks like these little, like, fire... So funny to me, like, nothing's even burning on them. It's just literally for nothing. Sorry. Here's a repair station. That's good, but, like, are you gonna die? Are we trading repair station for... You know, repair station for, tanks? Probably not. But they got the angle on it. There's 176 here. There's 176... I don't know where he went. He was like backing up. We're on point. I feel like I'm blind as a bat. Yeah, there he is. Is that a Garrison? No. Dude, my brain is cooked. Oh, come on. No! No! Oh my god, bro. What an absolute mad lad. That's crazy. And this is why I like love casting, because like random stuff like that will happen. And it's crazy that I just happen to pick it up. You know? Like what are the odds of that? Beats me. Beats me. That's so funny. Damn, he just mowed him down too. Alright, so they're building their front door back. Not the end of the world. Still winnable. But it's slim. And I'm not saying that as like it's hopeless. But just the way that Syndicate's playing and like they're blitzing their line right now. So they're in between 2 squads of like a big forces. It's not a great place you want to be in. Kind of got to deal with that. And their spawns are just not very advantageous. I mean, they're getting wiped off this fucking garrison by Artie. Has that shit dialed in. Essentially, that Artie is not coming off that garrison until he stops getting hits. True story. True story. I'm telling you, he's not coming off that thing. We'll see if they try to. I want to see if they try to spawn it again. Okay. Two of them made it. Alright, here we go, though. They're wiping. They're rebuilding. 35 minutes. More than enough time to make something happen. They know what they have to do. Even though Syndicate is trying to play that way, you still have to take it. Right? That's your only play. It is your only play. These guys are playing wide. You got to take the front door that they're just fucking gifting you on a silver platter. And you just have to be better. You have to win your gunfights. Your tanks have to stay alive. And you got to just play smart. Tanks right now, what they should be doing is not going for the tank v tank. That's an AT gun. Right? Please? Yeah, perfect. It's fine. It's fine. We take those all day. Harass the tanks. You know. There you go. There you go. Come on. Come on. Kill him. You got this. Easy money. Nice. So that's the momentum they needed. Was a 76 was caught up on a AT gun, and now that's a tank down. There's one more coming up. They have one on point. It's not this guy is not in a good spot though for what they're trying to show them. This tank's gonna move in, but I think they're pretty cooked on armor right now. They just have the one. Wow, it's not great. But they have another AT gun here, right? You know what your push has to be. But great, I mean, great way to get back into this. I think it's just the two heavies up right now for Sin. Cap is flickering. They started capping for the millimeters of a second, whatever that word is. Oy. Just gotta win gunfights. Good line though. Good push, but again, it just comes down like win your gunfights. They have the personnel, they have the people where they need to be, but they just are not winning gunfights. Bob. It's just a destabilization right now. Checking on the east side. I don't want to hug front door too much. Good fight, but like this is what I'm saying. So like, you're playing a team like you're playing a team and you are getting absolutely like you know what you need to do, and they're taking you to Warner Bros. It's tough. So you have to go respond to them, because if you don't, you give it up for free. But if you do, you're losing people on cap. You know? It's a tough situation to crack. It's a tough cookie. Stormin and Bimbin, though. I mean, yeah, this is just a really long push, man. This is kind of what like Sin wants. They want to take you out there, but you know, gotta look at it from this POV. Here we go, though. Front door push. Man, Sin just has more people, dude. Like, this is... You know? Tough cards to be dealt. Right now. But they're trying their hardest to get back into this thing. But now they've lost map edge. Which is not what they needed to happen. Right? They needed to hold that for as long as possible. But there's 3 people around them. This OP is going to get wiped. Yeah, that's a ballsy OP. There's a chance. Barky, not looking. Oof, tough. Diesel is the saving grace here. Hold the angle. Somebody takes him out. That's what they need. Diesel needs to turn around on this. They just need to get to that hedge and fucking hold it. Emma needs to lock in. They're in between a rock and a hard place, as we like to say in the biz. Stewie and a medium. What? Both solos. So they have a heavy. They have 2 heavies. They have a Stewie and they have a medium. Interesting. Naturally. What do we have on this side? We have a tiger. We have a light. So a Lux coming up. You know? Gonna get those guys. I think it's an OP there anyway. It's not exactly value you'd want to see. OP's gonna go down. Oh no, this is the worst push in the game. No, it's not the worst, but it's not a fun. Anytime you're in an open field like that, you kind of just hate your life. I think for a little bit. Good rocket. Stewie whiffed it. Not whiffed it, but just didn't get the splash he wanted. Good rockets by Nike. Takes out the Stewie. Great job. Mediums has to be next. Got a 76 here. 76 on God Hill. Then they have a medium. Damn, he is not like hidden who's gonna go for the I mean, this is free, brother. Don't go that way. This is a free satchel. Is it satcheled? Might be. No, I'm not sure. Can't take a look over here. Still pushing. I mean, doing a really good job of staying competitive here, but they keep on just letting people kind of slim through, which is not... I don't think it's what you want, necessarily. Because now they're kind of just getting through your lines for free. You have a great line. Great line of people, but you're letting, like, 1 or 2 people go through. It's not a winning recipe. Because now, like, Fizzer is under a false sense of security that, like, he's good to go. Just not the case. He sees him, though. Great kill. So at this point, you're like, ding, 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 ding. I know where they're coming. They're getting through. Probably should deal with that. See if it works out for them, though. Yeah, this shit sucks. I feel terrible for those people. I hate when you just... They tell you you need to take it, and you're like, motherfucker, like, it's an open field. You just gotta do what you gotta do, bro. But it sucks. Like, you really do hate your life. Because the enemy team doesn't have to push. You do. Right? Did that medium go down? I don't see it. It's not dead, though. Dude, I have no idea where that fucker ran off to. Tell me that was the medium. Nice. That was a recon. There's the medium. Alright.
Oh, go, you beautiful thing, don't stop, go. Love your work, mate.
Little props from little props there. Forget how to lock you. Ooh. Splashed him off the top of the tank. That's a little toxic. This thing's dead though. This thing is dead, boy. Nice. Just a little gratification for Gold Star there. Nice job. Alright. I mean, there's a really good chance that Sin takes Hugo's here. They got the garrison. No, they have a garrison spawn here. I forgot. Should be pretty holdable then. Dude, Bob, dude. Somebody get Bob his stripes, because, like, you could not tell me to do this. And how is it working? What is this natural camouflage she has? Respect. It's tough. Like, I would not push. I would not put, like, open fields, man. Like, it's tough. I get it. I really do. Wow, we got a little powwow going on over here on AA. Take a look here. Good rockets coming out. Rig is just eating right now, dude. Feed him. Sorry, Rig. Shouldn't have said anything. Not a bad rocket. Just need a little more oomph to it. I'm assuming that was a AT gun. It was a P4. Yeah, like tanks are so unbelievably cooked right now. They have the God setup of Map Edge and God Hill. Just not how, you know, you want it to be played. It's tough. And they're still dealing with fucking dickheads over here too. You guys are just like high fiving all game. it's yeah. Oh. Bye, Gold Star. Damn. The ground's so fucking hard. Zoom in here. Nice little angle on the action. I feel like I've been doing too many AC-130s. I like to see the Cap'n. Going for Lenny's. It's a good spot on this roof. Omen coming up behind though. It's gonna wipe this OP. This thing is shredded. And this push, what? He got it. He got it. Speff. There's the flare. They know where he is. Check the map. Omen's looking. Right? I feel like I should have picked him up. Speff, though. Still grinding. But the Armada is on his ass. He's saying, see you later. What's this guy doing over here? Faded. Who is that? Absolute gooner in the wheat field, dude. Not a play I would take ever. I don't know how this guy got on the team. I'm just joking. Here's their garrison though. It's in the wheat field. That's a pretty mega move. I hate wheat field garrisons, but for the sake of where it is, it's fine because it's so far away from point. Like, it's not a main garrison, so it works. Damn, look how many fucking people are over there. Hooray. Alright, what's good? We got another little good fight over here. Let's zoom in on the action. Grenades going out. Eggs gets wiped. Damn. Good shots all around though. 2 heavies on God Hill and then 1 map edge. Are you joking me? Yeah, they stand no chance, dude. Absolutely no fucking chance. 20 minutes left though. There's two heavies up. Okay, two heavies up. It's possible. But like, I don't know. You better get double tapped, dude. I think I backed the fuck up. He's creeping. He's looking for him. Oh, he's gonna get him. He's gonna fucking get him. That's so tough. Ooh, Tyler. Not a bad play. Really, that's a really solid tank play. Knew that the tank was there. Put gun there. Got first shot on him, so that tank cannot stay alive. I don't think there's a rep station for them, which is kind of surprising. Like, I feel like there should be at this point. And they were missing somebody too. Unlucky. Damn. Really good play though, keeping that tiger alive. I thought they were cooked. I really did. I really did. See what their line. I mean, the line's fine. Obviously, they're getting pushed in slowly but surely. This could be a 4-1 game. It's possible. But we hope not. I mean, they're making good pushes. They just need to close this, you know? Like, this has to be taken care of. But they can't. You know why? Because they have people playing them on this side, and they have people playing them from 5 points, and they have people that are just there. Dang. Tank goes down. Unfortunate. Tanks are pushing though. Call it hubris. Call it genius. I'm just gonna say that these guys are fucking parked. Got hit by something. Oof, the Rick. By the AT gun. Another hit by the AT gun. AT gun goes down, but hey, did its job. I mean, honestly, good resilience by Chimera. Really good resilience for these AT guns. Like, they're not giving this up, which is, it's refreshing to see. It's not just like, oh, we lost the tank battle, that's it. It's like, hey, we're gonna keep grinding on this. 76 needs to die though. I think it will. No, I don't actually think they're gonna have an angle on it. Got satcheled. Great satchel. I'm sorry I missed your satchel, but I saw the explosion, which I argue is a better feat. So great job on that. See the information. I mean, these guys are playing Pierre's, dude. Like, what do you do? Tiger's in a good spot, though. Trying to bait out the 76. I don't think it will have the angle on it, but it's doing a good job. It's pretty protected, I'd say. Another one's coming up. I mean, there's a chance. They're up right now. They're going to be up. It's going to be 2-2. They just don't have the luxury of positioning. Oh, I lied. They're fairing. Makes sense. What do you do? That is gone, by the way. We're interested to see how that changes. This update's going to come out any day now. it feels like. And with this new tank update, I'm really interested to see how the meta changes because there's no more heavy tanks. It's gonna be, you know, 1-to-1 on heavy tanks for both sides. Let's see if that P strike hits. Did not hit the P or the tank, unfortunate. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how that shakes out. I think it's gonna be better. I think having 3 tanks on a side is, I mean, you could say it's a skill issue, but I think I'm not gonna say it's less engaging. I think it still makes for great tank play, but I think it's gonna be more interesting when you're playing the mediums or the meta, right? So it just changes things that we've been accustomed to for 2-3 years now. And now, like, the whole meta for tanks are going to change. And byproduct is going to be, everything's going to change. But if you're just joining us, 15 minutes left in this game. Chimera versus Syndicate. Chimera is trying to hold off on Syndicate's push. They are beating on this front door right now. Possibility they start flexing a lot of bodies here. We'll kind of give a good approach onto this push. See if they can make something of it. Already coming down hard. Science is Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo goes down, crossfired. Curl's gonna take out Star 69. I don't know how to, you know. He's gonna take out that guy. Ooh. Oh, Corrupt has the fucking Car 98. I understand the pain, but oh, I hope he didn't have rockets though. No, Curls, you know. Yeah, that sucks, man. They have no spawns either on this front door. There's the spawn. Tank got wrecked. Basically, just 2v2 right now, gooning on these tanks. Syndicate made it behind, by the way. Wait, did I miss an airhead? Where you guys just spawn from? Am I smoking? Garrison. Interesting. Interesting. Must have went up and around then. But that is... for Jestas? I'm gonna take a wild stab at your name. Really good gunplay by him right now. But the flexes are coming in for front door. Even if Chimera is taking space on that west side, it's not enough. Airhead coming down for the side of Syndicate. See if the bomber run follows suit. I cannot imagine that it won't. But we'll see. I mean, they're on it. No bombing run. Interesting. No bombing run whatsoever. I don't really, I'm not really sure about that. Alright, 12 minutes left. 10 minutes for Chimera. Kind of see what cooks here. This front door is getting beat right now. They found a way to get in. I wonder if did they take out the garrison? You'd have to imagine they did, right? Yeah, they did. Okay, perfect. Garrison taken out. Really good try though by Sin. Didn't even see it happening. Take a look at the map. They got a whammo up. Hour late. But could be the difference maker. They can get people on dugout. Like, as far as I know, no one is on dugout for Sin. Player's gonna go up. They're gonna feel their front door pressure as soon as this pops. Boom. They got 5 people. They're bringing more though. I think they want the 4-1. I think anytime you don't, um, I think anytime you don't, you know, you can hold a 3-2. Like I think it's still a respectable win or loss rather. I think it's still a lot to be gained. I mean, I think tanks are a big problem for Chimera tonight. I think it's just not like when you lose dugout, it's hard as the Axis tanks to get situated because God Hill is just called God Hill for a reason. I mean, it's for different reasons, but the point remains. Kind of see what their play here is for this last, like, you know, 10 minutes, 8 minutes of the game. This tank just cannot move without getting pelted though, dude. Like, it's, what do you do? There's 2 heavies on God Hill. I don't know where that third one went. I guess he kind of moved off. But it's 2 heavies versus 2 heavies. Whammo's not bad. I don't know. This front door is scary though. They're kind of losing it. Not gonna lie. I think if Sin would have waited a couple minutes for that whammo, it would have been better. As soon as the front door came in, they can send those 2-3 SLs on whammo instead of showing their hand. But I mean, they're winning. So who am I to critique what has worked for them well this game? I am not one to judge. So we got about 8.5 minutes left. This is a portion of the broadcast I like to talk about, you know, and you can take my opinion how you like. It's not, you know, it's mine to give, but it's not yours to take. Basically, so I think Sin knew they were gonna have to recap this. I think Chimera was very reactive off open. I think they should have been more proactive. It's one of those situations like when you know, what's the word? You kind of lose as soon as you do what they're doing, they're already doing the next thing, and then it's kind of a cycle continues. It's tough to really bounce back from that. So it's just one of those things, right? So like they did a really good job, but by the time they were reacting to what Sin was doing on 5 points, Sin was already up God Hill and taking the point. It looks like they're diving their tanks though. Again, I don't think Sin is. I think they want to go for this 4-1. I mean, I think they can definitely take it. Chimera's doing a really good job. I mean, it's not easy to lose Hugos. It's pretty mid, like a mid, I would say. But they're flexing people. And look at this approach. Oof. I think it was Artie or Tank. I don't know. But they're die. Oof. Good kill. Is that an AT gun? I don't know. Oh no, it was just heavy here. I just can't see it. Oh, it's right there. Dude, I'm blind. But this tire is about to get dove here. I mean, the tank is on ping. They know it's diving. So you have a medium, you have a heavy. Was it a medium? It might actually used to be 3 heavies. Here we go. Nothing is dead. Oh. See if Corrupt gets the, I don't think he got a satchel on it. He did. He did get the satchel. Oh, got ran over, and then the AT takes it out. I don't know if, just one of those situations, right? Like, satcheling a tank that's that close to your hard point is kind of risky. And ultimately, the rockets were enough anyway, but it's like, if you, what's the word? I mean, you can get like the whole team taken out by your own satchel because that tank would just dive when it knows. I mean, that tank was dead anyway. If I'm being honest. All right, let's check in. I mean, it's been the same kind of approach this whole time of you know, them just trying to get in and just not being able to. They're wrapping pretty well, but I mean, 5.5 minutes. They really got to make pressure happen, and they just cannot seem to get in because Sin's kind of just ratting. Very not ratting's not a good word, but they're zoning pretty good, and they're responding really good too. I mean, you can see they're just kind of playing. I mean, yeah, it might be a little close there. It's not a bad call, but it's just hard to do. I mean, I'm surprised he made it over there, so good for him. But here we go, though. I mean, point just flickered slightly for Sin. I don't know if you caught it. Blink and you would have missed it. We'll stick with this front door approach just because Sin is so close to capping. I want to see if they can make it happen. With, you know, 4.5 minutes left almost here. Bombing run coming out. Recon. Dude. I'm just tired. I'm just a little tired. Four minutes here. Not a bad push. Not a bad push. There's potential. There's life to this Chimera team. With just 2 minutes left on the clock for them to cap this. If you don't know why, it takes 2 minutes to cap. There's no OT in this. So they have to oh, they're just fucking full sending it onto point. I'm assuming we're gonna get a bombing run here in a second. But basically you can't have overtime in this, so you after 2 minutes, like if you lose cap, you lose cap. All right, let's zone in on this. This might be potentially, well, they're there. Is it enough though? So this is not a good. So they're all stacked, and they really shouldn't be. And I'm gonna show you why. Oh, they just grenaded it. They got airhead. Bomb run painfully late. Would have actually, if it was timed correctly, it would have been a great airhead. Because the strafe got most of them. But unfortunately, bomb run was a little late on that. So with 1 minute to go, hard to say that Syndicate loses this at this point. Chimera, I mean, they had the windows, they had the flashes of just needing to win off that front door push that Sin was giving them, because Sin was gambling, so they had to take the gamble. And Chimera almost took it a couple times. They just lost, unfortunately, on the gambles. And I mean, they never lost point, right? They never lost their fourth point, which is good. They were holding and they were making sure Syndicate wasn't getting around them. So kudos for that. Definitely a lot to learn from this game, I think, from both sides. As always, kind of how you run things better and what you can do to win the game. That's crazy. So they're just memeing. I mean, they can't cap this unless they. I don't know what. I think they're just saying fuck it. Honestly, I think this is a bucket moment. I mean, yeah. So that's GG. Bomb run's coming in. No point, but maybe this is just a masterclass on how to do the bombing run garrison. If you don't know, if you time it right, he just did not go for it though. I don't know what's going on. We got a minute and 40. That is GG though. So Syndicate will take this game. I think Chimera played well. I don't have the armor squads for. Well, let's finish this game. I don't have the armor squads for the other side yet, but we'll show the CE and all that stuff later. I think Chimera just maybe was a little too reactive on the open and not enough proactive, especially a team like Sin. Like, again, I think they're gonna gamble with their front door every time. So if you give them that, they're gonna. If you take them out wide, they're trying to take you out wide, essentially, right? They're just. You're lying. What? Oh, that was. I don't know what just happened. I'll have to rewatch that, but did they just P-strike their own Stewie? I don't know. But yeah, if you're proactive against a team, or if you're reactive against a team like Sin, who likes to do the wide stuff, they like to go out and take you and spank you and all that from the rear. You're gonna get, their timing is just so good. They practice this stuff. It's tough. It's like, how do you beat that? I think you just gotta beat them at their own game, right? But the thing is, like, God Hill, those tanks getting set up with like double repair stations and they had double heavies on it. It's a tough bag to crack, honestly. So, but I think overall, still a great game from both teams. I think it was fun. I appreciate them as always for letting me cast. Hope the cast was good. Try to show as best as I could what the action was and where things were popping off. But that'll about do it for me. We're gonna get a quick look at stats just so we have it on the log. Look at the tank squads. Yep. So 2,000. These tankers probably popped more. 2,600 for them. They flex around a lot, but 4,200 for those guys. 6,500 for Cat and his squad. Let's see. Yeah, 2,000 here. So again, could have been better from the side of Chimera, maybe for their tankers. But to be fair, it is a really rough point for them to hold. If they lose as a tank, it sucks. So I don't blame them whatsoever for that. Like, there's definitely things that could be improved for both sides. But, again, appreciate them letting me cast.